Hello everyone, this is Peter. Welcome to another week of the News Plus brought to you by Plus Agency. This channel is to use just about 10 minutes time every week to summarize what has happened in Sydney real estate market in the last week. If you like this sort of content, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and broadcast it to your friends, to as many friends and families as possible. And if you like the content, please make sure you click the like button to bring us confident of making more of this type of videos online. This is brought to you from the Plus Agency's flagship store located at 418 Victoria Avenue in Chatswood. When lockdown is finished, you feel free to come in to grab some of the best deals in Sydney CBD, Lower North Shore, Upper North Shore and Eastern Suburbs, or some of the waterfront locations which we recently started work on. With no further ado, let's get this week's News Plus started. First news is obviously another record-breaking prices in our old friend Eastern Suburb, Point Pepper, the Billionaires Row. So Point Pepper is absolutely the crown jewel of the whole Sydney real estate market. We are having constant record-breaking prices from that particular area. This apartment sells for $8.32 million in an online auction. Proves that once again. Located in 59 Weasley Road in Point Pepper. Number 7 is an Art Deco block. It's got its history already, but people doesn't seem to care as long as it have magnificent city view, which this apartment does come with. The price point is $8.32 million. It's about $800,000 more than the price guide, which was brought out by the agent. The rent was about $2,250 per week for the last year, and this beautiful apartment with magnificent brand new renovation is just the tip of the iceberg about the big sale prices coming in from East Suburbs, and I believe that will continue happening as well, as we will see in the later articles we're going to talk about today. Alright, Mosman. Going back to Lower North Shore, Mosman landmark with a lot of local history sales for the second time in the year. A lot of times, when you sell a property within the year, you don't really get a good capital gain. A lot of people tend to hold them longer, to get a really nice result out of it. But that's a different story for areas like Lower North Shore in Mosman. Houses with beautiful views, even though the property is not renovated at all. You can see we have a lot of exposed concrete walls, definitely a lot of wash and paint, but the view and the location has absolutely bring the best of it already. This is just something that's absolutely amazing. A lot of buyers' favorite sandstone. It just hit the right spot in that particular area. And then we're gonna see Mosman keep striking new record prices. Lower North Shore continues to be strong and stronger. Alright, so Northern Beaches has been really well received by the buyer, even though there was a COVID outbreak during Christmas last year. A lot of people worry about Northern Beaches wouldn't hold, and then look how wrong these people are. At the moment, on average, people who own the homes in Northern Beaches are banking roughly about 11K a week. 11K a week, not $1,000 a week, $11,000 a week. This is absolutely amazing results, and a lot of these sales are actually done by local buyers as well, because Northern Beaches is a very tightly held local purchaser pocket. There's not many for buyers, there's not many apex. It's purely designed for just the locals to enjoy whatever the locals have. But even that, prices has incremented by a crazy, on average, about 25% across the board in that suburbs. And something with the view on the water has got even more gain. So looks like Lower North Shore East Suburb are not slowing down at all. Alright. Back to Mosman. Mosman's house sells in 8 days after failing to sell after 218 days in 2018. And you can see what a good market tells people. A fantastic story, and just proves that property market does have cycles. It's not a flat game. There are ups and there are downs. During the down times, something that put on the market for 218 days still couldn't be sold. During the up times, like now, 8 days is how it goes. And let's look at the prices. It's absolutely beautiful home at 11 Taverley Street in Mosman. In 2018, the owner tried to sell their much loved property. Price guide was between 7 to 7.5 million, and it couldn't be sold. 218 days later, they pulled it back on the market. This year, August 17th, they burned it on the market again with a different agent, changed the price guide from 7 million to 9.5 million, and they sold through 18 private inspections. The deal has been done. Even though it hasn't been disclosed how much it has got sold for, but from the sources, the price guide that was finally achieved is about 11.5 to 11.5 million, more than 11.5 million. Imagine 2018, just as little as 3 years ago, these properties cannot be sold at 7 million, and now it's being sold for 11.5. This is what Mosman has held, and this is what the market looks like now. Action-packed online auction with 500 bidders sees Roseville house sales for new street record. Online auction has become really popular recently, and then this action-packed online auction with 500 bids, it's just one of the many hot bids that we received over the past week. Roseville, we talked about Roseville before, and we now talk about Roseville again. This is a very average house, single level, on 42 Baramaha Road in Roseville, sold for 3.3315 million. It's a lot of little numbers. Looks like the bid has got into a very hot race between the different buyers, and it is $231,000 over the reserve prices and setting a new street record. The last one was actually in 2019, and the price was only 2.65, but now become 3.33 plus. Lower North Shore, Upper North Shore, same thing. Something next to train station like Roseville, will see no difference from any of the other areas that's receiving a hot interest from many aggressive buyers. Coogee, so going back to eastern suburb, Coogee, California and Bangalore sells for 54% more than when it last traded 18 months ago. COVID has become a celebration for homeowners. A lot of people has made a lot of money during the COVID market, and the prices has gone up and up again and again. This one at 366 Excellence Road in Coogee, the capital gain in the last 12 to 18 months has existed. A lot of the capital gains over the last 7 to 9 years. This is 54% more compared to just about 18 months ago, and doesn't seem the owner has done any major renovations at all. The bathroom is still old classic style, and the kitchen is the same way it is. The frame is still there, and the single level house with dog pool. It's just got a ordinary courtyard, not many landscaping being done, but even that, this has been traded 54% more than what it was traded for last year. So this is absolutely amazing result for the owner, but it does see, people can see that how hot the actual market is at the moment. Former NBA and NBL star Andrew Bogut sells his Concord home for $4.1 million. This beloved basketball player has pocketed out not just the salaries and bonuses from Sydney King, but looks like his investment also pays off as well. This particular Concord home has recently been sold for $4.1 million, and it's about $600,000 more than what he paid for when he first bought it. It's about $2,000 a week rent as for this investment property. The property is beautiful. It's got nice timber floor, very neat, clean kitchen, slim design, very beautiful home. And doesn't matter who you are, it looks like we are all making money out of selling property, selling homes. All right, the last two articles of this week actually says about one thing. It's about shortages. So spring sellers are set to capitalize as prices boom amid home shortages. There's just not enough stocks on the market. Every agent in town is trying to chase for more listings, and unfortunately, none of them actually be able to get many of the really good listings. Something that hasn't been sold before, or something that's all over the place, are now all being listed. so that people at least can have a try to see whether it can be sold in this market. Back to the next article, same thing, shortages worsen generation, forcing price even higher. So it looks like there's less of apartment to sell, less home to sell. Within 10 kilometers of Sydney CBD, there was less than 100 houses under 2 million with 3 bedrooms or more. And then even those ones will actually have a house that's got a 3 bedroom under 2 million. This is the type of home you're gonna see. This is just absolutely uninhabitable. Whether the kitchen or the backyard, it just looks like a completely junk, trashed places. And then here are even bigger numbers. Annual drop in detached homes listing by regions. Northern Beaches, it was decreased by 68% compared to last year at the same time. There's just not enough listings online. Let's just say, and followed by Southern Line Shine, followed by Western Sydney, Hill District. Majority area has been dropped for more than 20% compared to last year same time for the options for the buyer to buy. And then some of the areas has dropped like more than half, like Northern Beaches, and even Liverpool, which has not been a very popular area. However, it has not got away with this 32% drop in terms of detached home listings. It looks like the whole Sydney market is going to a new round of shortages, and doesn't matter how you see it, the prices is higher and higher. Okay, thank you so much for tuning into this week's News Plus. This is Peter Lee. I'll see you next week.